Hi fellow nerds, welcome to the Fellowship of the Nerds, and today we're doing our first ever review of a lightsaber, and I figured that there was nothing better than to go back to the first movie of Star Wars that I can recall seeing at the cinema, as in being the first new movie that I can recall seeing in the cinema of Star Wars, which was The Phantom Menace, and today we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's Padawan lightsaber. Let's check this bad boy out. This lightsaber comes with very cool accessories. First of all is the blade plug, which is screen accurate and it's really cool. It comes with a lightsaber stand, which is very premium, and it includes a plate with the character name, which is really amazing. It also includes the name of the movie, in this case being episode 1. It includes the charging cable, the pixel blade, the hilt, the instructions, and the retention screws and Allen key. Okay, so you've already seen what's in the box. This already looks amazing, and we haven't even opened it just yet. It is quite light, I must say, and I should have probably gotten scissors. Let's fix that. Okay, that's better. It's very light, surprisingly light actually. If you're used to lightsabers from, say, the Black Series or Galaxy's Edge, especially if you're used to Galaxy's Edge, these lightsabers, NeoPixel Profis, are ridiculously light. So there is that. And check this out. It is amazing. Don't worry, we'll do a close-up of this for you guys. But it is really beautiful, really shiny. My regret having this thing being so shiny, because they do tend to be fingerprint magnets. I don't really care that much about that, but I know some of you, it drives them insane. So if you're concerned about that, might want to think about maybe getting this weather. There are many places that you can get this weather at, depending on where your location is. I'm based in the UK, and there's definitely a couple of good weathering people. Sheena is one of them, but there are plenty others. And I gotta say, this looks incredible. Now with this, you would have seen also in the box that it comes with its lightsaber plug. Now, funny enough, this plug is exactly the same as Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber should have, but I've seen a lot of people having Qui-Gon Jinn lightsabers, and the blade plug is gold, and that's not quite right. If you have a look at, there was an interview that was done during COVID, during the first or second lockdown, with Liam Neeson, and he had the original thing on his in his office, and once you turn it, you can see that it has this. It's just that this was very weathered, as it's supposed to be. So it's supposed to be very used, and but it's exactly this. It's not gold. It's this little light silver one that you can see here. That's just been weathered, and that's really why it looks kind of goldish, but it's not a gold plug. But look at that. As you put it in, it's really something. Now, I've been thinking quite a lot about how am I going to turn this on for you guys to see. So I'm just going to go outside, turn this on, and swing it around a bit, and then I'll bring it back, and we'll do a bit of more of a close-up when it comes to it being lit on and the features that it has. Okay, that was really something. Now let's have a closer look at this. Now, obviously, the first thing we're going to do is remove the blade plug. Hate to break the illusion to you guys, but obviously the blade plug was not on when we were testing outside. Put that away, and then we check out where retention screws are, which here you have two. So you have one here and one over here, and they're very good to keep your blade secure. We're going to use a pixel blade, 36 inches or 92 centimeters if you're doing things in centimeters. Yeah, it always feels great to open up a blade and just remove all the plastic of it. There's something a bit um comforting of unwrapping things. Well, at least some people find it that way. I'm one of those. Maybe you're not. Tell me in the comments. Um, so this blade feels absolutely great, very light. I'm going to tighten it up a bit. Now you don't want to tighten this up that you damage the actual blade, but you want to tighten it just enough that the blade doesn't go anywhere, that there's no wiggle. You don't. The worst thing that you can expect when you have a blade is just have it wiggle around. Okay, once you've gotten your screws tightened, it's time to turn this one on, and you're going to expect to be turning this on from this. Fortunately, that's not the case. It is the ignition button. Still cool because it still works. It's still an operational button, but it's just a bit of a shame that is not what you expect would be the big front button. This is one of the funds that the Saber includes. I will show you an Obi-Wan font, but just for the effects of this particular ignition, the one that comes with the lightsaber, 3, 2, 1. It is pretty solid, if you will. It is pretty decent. Let's try a different font. In this case, a Obi-Wan font that I got online from Kyber Phonics, if I recall correctly. And if you haven't gotten any fonts for your lightsabers, do make sure to check out places like Kyber Phonics because those guys are amazing. The sound fonts that they do are amazing, and it just improves your overall experience. Now here it is with one of the fonts from Kyber Phonics. 1, 2, 3. This is definitely one of my favorite lightsabers ever. It's absolutely a must if you can find a collection, not only because it has the proper plug, like I said, but also because it has pretty much that nostalgia factor, especially if you grew up with the prequel trilogy. Not necessarily that was my case, but if you're around there, if it was the first truly new experience that you got of Star Wars at a cinema, this is definitely a lightsaber that you grew up with because it's a lightsaber that Obi-Wan used to duel Darth Maul, even though this is not the lightsaber that he got to chop him in half. That will be Qui-Gon's, which will be the next lightsaber that we'll review. But it is still an amazing lightsaber, even though it was lost by Obi-Wan in that fight. But nevertheless, it's definitely a lightsaber to consider. I would definitely recommend that you check this one out. I will put links on the description of this video for the weathering services that I was talking about, for places where you can get this lightsaber. There are plenty of places out there. Don't just limit yourself to one or two, because the more that you look into, the more that you'll be able to find stuff like this at actually very reasonable price. So check it out. And thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'm going to ask you for all the usual things I've already said in these things. Like, subscribe, on all that sort of good stuff. And until then, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. May the odds be ever in your favor, or whatever rocks your boat. Until the next time, nerds.